Dear black people, I'm not a black man, all right? I am not a black man, all right? And this wasn't even me who made this thing, who pretty much, it wasn't even me who told me I'm not really a black man, all right? I've been told that I'm actually a white man, or I act white or whatever, all right? And it was by other black people, by y'all black people, all right? So, because all my entire life, all right, I was always deemed as different, okay? I was deemed as different, like I was supposed to have swag, walk some sort of way or whatever. Talk like this, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? And type shit and all that, all that stupid junk, all that stupid junk that black people be talking, and all these ebonics and everything. Like I'm supposed to, I don't know, this whole slang that black people have, it's just very weird. And the fact that I'm expected to act that, to do the same just because I happen to share the same skin color, or what's tint, or whatever it is this is, I have, whatever it is, but I happen to share the same skin color as y'all. It's y'all black people. Like, I'm expected to act like you. I am expected to be the stereotype. I'm expected to be a stereotype by black people and other races of people, and especially black people, all right? Because my experience of being a black male, all right, there's a difference between being a black male and a black man, okay? I'm a black male. You can clearly see that. I can clearly see that I am indeed a black male. On a biological standpoint, I am a black male. Can't you see it? Look at it. Can you? Well, if I'm gonna even go there, all right, I'm not really a black man. I'm actually a brown one, because this is the color brown, so light brown, probably like hazelnut brown. I think it's more like hazelnut brown. If I'm gonna go there, then I'm technically hazelnut brown, okay? But anyways, going back on topic, I'm biologically a black male, all right? But on the inside, apparently I'm not a black man. And like I said, y'all black people are the one who told me that. Y'all the ones who called me a Oreo, all right? A coon, a sellout, an Uncle Tom, a self-hater. All these same name callings y'all black people keep doing for guys like me, who are apparently white on the inside. So if I'm an Oreo, that means I'm a white man on the inside. I'm black on the outside but white on the inside. Then this is y'all own thing. Y'all the ones who decided to give me that name. Y'all black people are the ones who decided to push me away from y'all, from the black stuff, black community stuff y'all be doing, and do whatever, apparently, to the white man. This is y'all fault. All because I'm different. All because I don't act like the culture, and I don't like R&B, rap, Africa. Well, Africa's another thing, because I like African people. I like African people. It's just black people, the ones who are hard to be around with, okay? Like, oh my gosh, this is why I cannot ride the red line, the Dan Ryan branch of the CTA red line, all right? I rode it today because I was running low on time. Because I want to catch the Purple Line Express. So I've decided to just simply take the bus out into the red line. I rode it from the, this is the south side of Chicago, all right? The Dan Ryan branch of the red line going north. And oh my gosh, it was so ghetto. It was so ghetto. These black people up on the train, loud and junk. Blue squares and weed and junk like that. Crossing between the rail cars and everything. Kids and junk. Unfortunately, well, maybe I shouldn't bring kids in because they're innocent, but it's sad though. This whole Chicago black culture. The black people of Chicago, just specifically in the hood, it's just a weird concept. Like, oh my gosh, they just selling weed and everything on a train or whatever, and they just sound out the same absurdities. Wow, loud, blue squares and junk, weed, zods, and oh my gosh, it's just disgusting. I don't get it. And then the sagging and everything, it's just low life. It's just low life. It's just low life. All right. I'm sorry. The southern the Dan Ryan branch of the red line is too ghetto for me. It's way too ghetto for me. I can't deal with it, okay? But the thing is, unfortunately, well, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, because I like to do this. Because I'm a transit enthusiast, I've received a request from one of my fans on my Coaster Third Rail channel that they want me to ride from from 95th to Lake. So that's the Dan Ryan branch of the red line, which is so ghetto. I explained to them I usually don't ride there because it's too dang ghetto and too dang it's just too dang ghetto. Anyways, going past that, y'all black people are the ones who call me call me Oreos, call me a white man, call me Uncle Tom, coon, junk like that. Like it just don't make no sense. Okay, now at one point in time, I was a chocolate-filled Oreo. Okay, I was a chocolate-filled Oreo. Okay, why I say that is because when I was a kid, I was mostly raised in a Mexican neighborhood. Okay, I was the minority. Black people was the minority on the southern east side of Chicago, Illinois. Right? Black people we were the minority. I've been to my childhood elementary school was full of Mexicans. The blacks were the minority. All right. At the time, I was feel more accustomed to this whole black culture stuff because we were the minority, so we had to kind of stick together one more or less or whatever. All right, but that's the thing. I know I called myself a black boy at the time. All right, a black man at the time. Okay, but it does not. The reason why I called myself is because I felt like I needed to, okay? And then, to be fair, I was a kid, for the love of God. Seriously. I was a kid, so it technically doesn't matter. Hold up. I'm seriously going to have to find a new recording spot. But I found something. This is pretty decent. It's a parking lot, so yeah. Hopefully nobody come up to me. But anyways, what was I? Black people. Remind me in the comment section. But anyways, yeah. The only time, when I was a kid, that's when I identified more as a black person, okay? Trying to get the lighting all together. That's when I identified more as a black person, okay? As a black man, okay? But, like I said, I realized I was different, okay? I was different. Like, socially speaking, I always carried myself like a nerd. And I knew it from a very young age that I was never meant to really be a normie, all right? Because, it's just the way how I always carried myself or whatever. Like, that's the thing. My childhood family, for whatever reason, my childhood family, they thought I was gay, all right? Interrogated me, pulled me up in that room, all because I wasn't carrying myself as masculine enough or whatever, or the way they thought I was supposed to be. So it made no sense, and I really had to deal with that. There were, I think, 4 times. In fact, let me count. Let's see. Childhood house, mother, childhood house. I think mother again. Then we have childhood. Then we have teen house, father, teen house, mother. I think there was a fifth occasion. When I don't know, but the point is, it was just crazy. I was being interrogated by my childhood parents that if I was gay, and there was rumors going on around my childhood family that I was gay just because I wasn't out there winning females and everything, and that how I just didn't do soccer. And, oh my gosh, my childhood father back in 2016 thought I was gay just because I didn't know what a Phillips screwdriver was. And by time when I was actually seeking theology from a different Pastor N at the time in 2018, the jealousy was out the roof, all right? My childhood father, he told our childhood pastor that I was getting theology from, this spot actually not that bad, getting theology from Pastor N in Chicago, that and then next thing you know, he gave confirmation saying, oh, don't question, oh, I know Ray doing gay stuff, going on dates with that pastor, doing gay stuff with that pastor. I'm a man of God, don't question my authority. The heck? Anyways, going back to the black topic or whatever, if I was accustomed to all this black stuff, all this, carry yourself like I'm a black man and all that. And that's the thing. Okay, let me get there. And if I carry myself more as a black man as expected, like the stereotype that other black people expected me to act, like this whole, charismatic, charismatic confidence, what else? I don't know, assertive culture or whatever, and black love this, black power this, all that stuff, all that black stuff, then they would have liked me more. They wouldn't have never called me gay or thought I was gay just because I would have fitted in with the black stuff, with the black agenda. But now, and that's another thing, all right? The whole calling me a self-hater coon, Uncle Tom and everything just because I have a huge, strong preference for white women, all right? That's the thing. I didn't grow up with enough black women. Like I said, during my childhood and my teen years, there weren't many black people around, all right? My pre-childhood parents should have left me in the hood, but they decided, no, I don't want my children turning out that way. So they found a neighborhood was mostly Mexican, and bingo, there you go. I adapted to their culture, more or less, okay? I was bullied by them. In my childhood. Because I had to deal with racism when I was a kid, but I don't want to talk too much about that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just over here, growing up. Okay, yeah, the white women preference, right? That's the thing. Because there were no, okay, this is the thing. I understand it may seem kind of odd that I say I prefer white women, but I was raised in a Mexican neighborhood, okay? This is the thing. During my childhood, my primitive years, it was mostly Mexicans, okay? And then, for sure, in high school, it was white. For sure, it was white, okay? This is the thing. When I was a kid, I'm going to say like 4 or 5 years old, I'm going to say 6 years old. I thought there were only 3 races of people in the world. Black, white, and Chinese. That's it. I thought Latinas were white women that spoke Spanish. That's what I used to think back in the day. Eventually I learned that, Spanish, there's a whole lot of history to the Spanish language, the Latin language, the Latino language or whatever. And then I found out, about Mexico and all that stuff. So yeah, and then more Puerto Rico and all that other stuff. It's just a lot. But anyways, going back on topic. My whole white woman preference, it's not my fault, okay? And that's the thing. All my life, I was around many cultures. I was never around one culture, one race of people all my life. That was never like that, all right? It was never like that, all right? So that explains the reason why I carry myself the way I do, okay? Now, as far as me rejecting my whole black identity, that has nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with self-hate or whatever it means or whatever. And I receive a comment from apparently, I won't talk too much, but I received a comment from a very pro-black person, all right? Pro-black person. And he talking about, because I can't attract white women, I prefer white women, right? But because I can't attract white women, I am settling for a black woman who I find not that attractive. That's not exactly how it works, okay? That's not exactly how it works. So because I hate myself so much, because I hate my blackness so much, I gotta go for the white women. But it's too hard to attract the white women, so I have to settle on the black woman. That's not necessary. In a sense, by definition, that is settling. Okay, if I'm going for a woman I don't find the most attractive, that's just settling. That's just the way it goes. I'm just saying. But that does not mean that I hate myself just because I prefer white women, though. I prefer white women because that is regular to my experience. Okay. This is my Ray Marco's black experience, okay? That's one thing y'all pro-black assholes need to, well, let me not call, the pro-black assholes and the pro-black cool people need to understand, okay? Like, it's just the way it is, okay? And besides, my childhood parents were literally an interracial couple, all right? My childhood mother was black, all right? And my childhood father was biracial. Puerto Rican, black and something else. Apparently he was mixed with a whole bunch of stuff. But anyways, there's that part. But anyways, but yeah, that's just the gambit. Yeah, so my whole white women preference is just, it just happened. It just happened. It's not my fault. It's not my fault why I got it. Okay? Like, if I was exposed to more black women, then I would have had a preference for them. But that's just not the case. So, that's not my fault. That's the fault of my pre-childhood parents. They should have left me in the hood. It's that simple. All right? Now, some of you probably gonna say, you can always go seek it. Okay, I tried that. All right? I tried that. Well, even though, to be fair, I was a kid and teenagers, but I won't talk too much of that. Because in my senior year of high school, I was trying to see if I can, find a decent black girl. But, oh my gosh, in my GP senior year of high school, it was too damn ghetto. Way too damn ghetto up in there. I'm sorry. Black people has a huge problem when it comes to the ghetto-ness and hood culture. I understand, and poverty neighborhoods, people act a certain way, but why does this keep happening? This whole hood and this whole hood culture, it just keep happening. Why do we have to keep doing that, black people? We need to do better for ourselves, all right? If we're gonna do this whole black love kumbaya type stuff, we need to fix ourselves. And the black men who identifies black men, who actually try to do better for the community by getting the drugs out, trying to help the young black kids or whatever, trying to help the black community or whatever get out of poverty, trying to get jobs and stuff like that, they're ridiculed. And then because the black community is rejecting the square black man, he's fine. He goes somewhere else. He's around more white people, around other cultures of people, and they're treating him right. And then next thing you know, the square black man that got refused, that Keisha have rejected him so badly. Ew, I don't want to be with you. Never. All that junk. That's the nasty ass attitude. Now that the square black man, he grew up, he's rich, he got the white girl, and then y'all pissed. How dare you go get with the white girl? You gotta be kidding me. And that's the thing. Those same black women, look, this is like talking bad about black women, all right? I'm just saying, it's just a pattern that's happening in the black community that just needs to stop, all right? But anyways, those same black women are the same ones that's talking shit about those black men getting with the white women, as if, okay, they're like, oh, you don't like it when a black woman have attitude, but you go with the white girl, the Becky, that has a black attitude or whatever. Not every single black man like that, okay? Me personally, I may have a preference for white women and all, but I could care the fuck less about race. If she's ghetto, I don't give a flying fuck. Get away from me. Completely unattractive. I'll take the nerdy black girl that wears her natural hair and just like me. All right. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, I guess I could conclude from here because I'm already at the 18-minute mark. Black people, I don't know. So seriously, serious question. What do you expect me to do? Okay, don't start. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna get there. What do you expect me to do in order for me to be classified as a black man? All right, because y'all are the ones who push me away. The most racist people I've ever met are black people. Blacks and Mexicans. Those are the most racist people I've ever met. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, the white people has been the nicest to me ever. All right, I'm just saying it's a pattern. So black people, we need to get our shit together. Dr. Umar Johnson, he is right in a lot of areas, but I highly disagree with him on a lot of stuff, especially on interracial. But he has a black kumbaya dream, but that's fine. If you want to do black stuff, that's fine. It is what it is. But I'm just saying, it's just not for me. All right, you got to find each other's. We need to find our tribe. All right, as of right now, I don't know what native tribe I'm part of, but as far as the modern tribe I'm currently in, the current tribe I am is a nerd. All right, it is what it is. All right, that's what I am, a nerd. It is what it is. All right, so I don't know, but anyways, What do black people tell me? Tell another black male, all right, another black person, all right, that what does he need to do in order to feel accepted by you again and want to seek you again? I'm sorry, the black community has not given me good reason to return. They have not given me a good reason to return back there, all right? To return to this whole black man identity. Ray Marco, the black man, have died in 2018. He died in 2018. He died in 2018. Now I've ascended into Ray Marco, side leader Ray. Ray Marco, the child of God. That's what I've realized a whole lot of black people like to do. They like to put their whole entire identity on their skin color, on their blackness and black stuff, black power, black love, black, none more beautiful than a beautiful black queen. I want a black queen. Nuh-uh. Look, Why you gotta call it black love? Why you gotta call it black love? Just call it love for the love of God, literally. All right. That's some idolatry type stuff right there. You're putting your flesh as if that's your God, and that's one of the very things that God said don't do. Like, and then it gets even worse here that a lot of these black people be doing. All right, especially these pro-black people. They are the main ones talking about ideology. Oh my God, I can't. Idolatrizing Jesus as if he's black Jesus. You putting black Jesus over his name. You putting black over Jesus. Nuh-uh. It's just Jesus. That's it. Personally, I do believe Jesus does have some sort of melanin in him since he was born in Africa. So by default, he is African nationality or continentally or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. But I'm just saying, like, this whole concept, just because Jesus is black, it doesn't even matter. It just don't care. It just doesn't matter. All right. It doesn't even matter that what race Jesus is. He's God. That's all you need to worry about. And even if God just chose a black body, all right, it still does not change the fact that that's not God putting favoritism on the black race. God don't do that. So that's so earthbound. That's so earthbound level things. Okay, for we do not wrestle not against flesh and blood, but the principalities of spirits, the demons, and governments. That's what we really do, and that's why I reject the whole black identity thing, because that's a principality, and that's a spirit, a demonic spirit that's controlling black people. So that's why I reject it. So black people, get it together, all right? If you get it together, then I may reconsider joining. But in the meantime, I stand firm on being a child of God. That's my message to you, black people. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.